The Strong and Kind Book Club book of the month in June was Supercommunicators by Charles Duhigg. I really enjoyed this book. I worked through it pretty quickly because that's what happens when I enjoy a book. The book centers around the fact that most of our communication revolves around three archetypal conversations, and those conversations are: what's this really about? What are we talking about? What are we trying to decide? Those are decision-making conversations. Then there are also conversations about how we feel. Those are more emotional conversations. And then there's also identity-oriented conversations, which are about who we are in the situations we're in. And Duhigg puts forth an argument near the beginning of the book that people who are really good at communicating identify what type of conversation they are having so that they can actually get on the same playing field as the people they're talking to. He cites and shows a lot of examples of this throughout the book that are really meaningful, and honestly it has already changed how I approach a lot of conversations. I basically go into most of my professional conversations and my personal ones thinking about this framework more, and it has helped me realize, like, we get emotional about decision-making conversations, and we get into a decision-oriented or a solving mindset with emotional conversations. And one participant is trying to do one thing and the other participant is doing something else without clear goals, and that's a problem. It's kind of scary to think about, like, slowing things down and basically trying to get to what we're really after in every conversation. I think that's a big problem that a lot of us have, is like we just assume that we're on the same wavelength. And, you know, being on the same wavelength is an actual thing. He cites multiple studies where when scientists are looking at people having conversations, whether or not they're really in tune with each other. You know, when one person laughs and another person doesn't, that, like, lack of synchronicity basically makes the conversation not work, right? And that could be because someone is just not on the same wavelength at all. They're thinking about something else. We know when we're having good conversations. We feel it. And that's something that is a skill that can be developed, is actually getting good at leaning into the conversation and being present and mindful. He talks about being present and engaged and using techniques like looping, you know, which is essentially just restating what you heard, summarization, and how that can be really helpful for people feeling like they're heard, which people feeling heard and understood is a key component to good communication. There's so many good examples of how to listen better, how to honestly ask better questions, ask more open-ended questions, and ultimately get on the same wavelength with the people you're trying to communicate. And I think that's really, really meaningful and really, really powerful. I really did take a lot from this book, and it's definitely one that I would recommend, and just as much as I would recommend something like Crucial Conversations or other books about communication. Even like if you're in the healthcare space, motivational interviewing is a really important tool to have in your arsenal, because most of the conversations that we have in healthcare and helping people are hard. They're emotional, but they're also about people's identities. They're also about, like, decision making and being able to navigate the multiple types of conversations that could happen inside of one overarching conversations is really, really powerful. There's a lot of really good examples about how, you know, physicians or people who are almost really, really viewed as, like, decision-making, like, professionals actually need to be having more conversations oriented around who their patients or their clients are and what they're feeling, to actually get people to the point where they can make informed decisions. So I really loved this book. A lot of really good lessons in it. This short summarization here does not do the book justice. It's definitely worth a read. Go check it out. Use the frameworks. They are very, very helpful. And let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for reading. Like, subscribe, and share this channel. Appreciate you.